By the way, 11 minutes past 4.
Drive home with John Perlman
on 702. Let's walk the talk.
I don't think it was always the case, but over the last few years, the Free State has consistently been top of the tree in terms of matric results. And there is, by wide consensus, a program that has led to substantial change in that province. So what have they been doing in the Free State? Well, let's talk to one of the key partners in that initiative, working alongside the Free State Department of Education. Of course, they're called the Kagiso Shanduka Trust. And we're joined now on the show by CEO Themba Mola. Mr. Mola, welcome and thanks very much for your time. I think it's fair to say well done to you and everyone in your team for the part you've played in the Free State doing as well as it has done, not as an outlier, but as a measure of consistently good performance. I was just looking at your website, and it seems that the cornerstone of what you do is something called the District Whole School Development Program. It's a model you've created, and presumably implied in whole school is that you work on a whole lot of levels. Give us a sense, if you will, just to frame our conversation of what this model actually is meant to achieve.
Good afternoon, John, and thank you very much. We acknowledge the congratulations that you have expressed. You are right. The program we are implementing is a district whole school development program. One, it's a multi-year program, so it's not just an intervention that happens in a year or so. But two, it targets very specific areas within a public schooling system. We look at curriculum, we look at leadership, we look at infrastructure, we look at instructional leadership. So those are the areas. But most importantly, this program recognizes the role that department plays through the district offices. So the district offices are meant to support schools, respective schools.
Right.
And I'm glad that the minister yesterday invited the district directors, because sometimes they get overlooked. And this is the machine or the heartbeat of the schooling system. They are there to make sure that schools are supported. Now, our view is that you can't support a school and leave out the officials at the district level, because then you create a disjuncture. You build the capacity that is not coherent or that is not supported. So what we have done, we would work in conjunction with the district officials, so that whatever that we impart at the level of the school, the district official is conversant. And in the period of 5 years, that's when we transfer the capability at the school level, but also at the district level, so that when we speak about issues of curriculum coverage, it is
Yes.
a language that the district officials understand, but also respective schools are understanding. One of the things, I know that the excitement is at grade 12,
Right.
but one of the things that we do is to look at the pipeline. This program is what we call a systemic change. So we don't work with matriculants. We work with the pipeline, with the whole schooling. Because unless you deal with the challenges of feeder grades, then when you reach matric, you have a lot of gaps. And that is the reason why a comment was made yesterday about the class of 2024, who, when they went to high school, it was during the time of COVID.
Right.
And they were affected by the curriculum restructuring. So what that means is that you need to provide a comprehensive solution. Now, a curriculum called CAPS, which is the current curriculum that the public schooling is using, all you need to do is to make sure that people have the capacity to understand what it entails and the content issues. Now, one of the issues that we're dealing with is the gateway subjects, your physical science, your mathematics, which are presenting challenges in the public schooling system. And we focus on them because if you improve their performance, then the system improves. And I mean, I may say, even remind you, John, many years ago, we worked with you actually in Thabo Mola at Kwakwa.
Yes, on sport.
Through the Dreamfields program. And I'm just mentioning this to demonstrate to you that we look at a holistic view of the schooling system, not just curriculum, but any other
Yes.
issue. And I mean, I want to also emphasize this point that I know some other people would say, no, infrastructure doesn't matter. It depends on the commitment of the teachers. Infrastructure matters.
Yeah, I want to come to infrastructure, and I also want to come to some of the points you were alluding to, Themba Mola, about the importance of leadership training. My guest is the CEO of the Kagiso Shanduka Trust. We'll pick up on this conversation in a moment, but some of you are getting into your cars, or maybe you're in cars, or maybe you're in the traffic already. Let's get you home, 4:17.
EWN Traffic.